Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's session. We are the Snapdragons, a group of unlikely friends from around the globe who got together for the love of this game. We are playing in Eberron. My name is Omar. I will be the DM for this campaign. And telling with me this wonderful story are the cast, starting with Josh.
That's my name. He said it. I'm Josh. I'm playing the character Jonis, a Fairhaven human sorcerer. And I'm wearing a t-shirt that has our name and logo on it for anybody who might be interested. As Brennan Lee Mulligan would say, get in the comments. We'll get you started. That's me.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you for the blog. And then we also have Nate, your tech wizard.
Hi, I'm Nate. I am the tech wizard in real life, but in game, I'm playing a rogue. I'm playing Daxoketh, the rogue. Me and Josh, East Coast, U.S. represent. And that's my intro.
Where football is football.
Speaking of football, we have people from England. Jack, tell us about what is real football.
Yes, my name is Jack. I'm from Manchester, and I know nothing about football. I don't care about football. I actively dislike football, which many people from Manchester will have a problem with for reasons that they know.
Get in the
But I am
comments.
playing. I am playing Sentinel, who is a Warforged fighter.
Okay, thank you, Jack, who doesn't like football. We also have Andre.
Yes, hello everyone. Here is someone that does like football because he works in football for the Football Association of Slovenia, actually. So, yeah, welcome everyone. I am Andrei, and I will be playing the Elven Bladesinger wizard, Max. That's it from me. Omar, back to you.
Thank you. And we also have David.
And as we play sports with the verbal ball, passing it around, I'm David from Ireland. I don't like sports. I'm playing Leovar, the Corvar Bard. And I do a feint to Omar and I throw it to Sam.
I'm Sam. I'm playing Carver, an Aesmar paladin, and did the ball go far?
I have needle arms.
Okay. Okay, so this introduction out of the way, you may have noticed that we have a very cool opening that was made in-house. So we have some people here who worked on it. Please, Nate, Josh, and Jack, if you want to tell us anything about that, that would be awesome. If not, just a great opening. I wanted to shout out that you guys did it.
Thanks, Omar.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
I think I mean I don't know if it's worthy of such high praise yet. It's a work in progress still. I just got into I have a bunch of friends who are into like music making, and I thought I'd try to throw something together, and I knew that I had some really talented folks that we were playing with who are also singers. You hear Jack first open the song up, and you hear Nate come in with the chorus. I throw some background vocals in there just to support them, but really, it was inspired by those two awesome voices, and just I love Bon Jovi and the Pokemon theme song, so I kind of just smacked those ideas together and was like, guys, sing me a song, and then they did it. It was great.
And Omar, come on, let's not pretend like he was not involved. Huge part.
He sounds
in the
like
song.
Craig. He sounds like Craig. Give me a Dixon.
They will have no idea who Craig is, and we're not
Yeah.
going to explain. We're not going to explain.
Yeah.
No,
Craig is just the guy that we all know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Snapdragons. Introductions out of the way. Craig talk out of the way. Let us dive back into Eberron, the echoes of Mourning. So, last week, our group volunteered to investigate a murder case of a Syrian refugee called Bryn in highwalls after the Sharn Watch refused to conduct an investigation due to the intricacies of the war-ending Treaty of Thronehold. And so, through means of charisma, magical talents, and detective work, the party learned that all victims were Sirens, 3 all in all, in different districts of the city, and they all had strange inverted black triangle on their forehead. Their eyes were molten and their brains were fried. Furthermore, talking with a reporter in the newspaper Sharn Inquisitive called Elandra Silverquill, as well as a gnome fence called Snoopy in Highwalls, and some eyewitnesses, you gathered that the killer was a member of the Broken Bridge Brawlers, a gang of veterans who fought in the war for Breland in the last war, who target and harass Sirens and other people from armies of the other nations. And so you tracked the gang, the Broken Bridge Brawlers, to the tavern, the Gold and White, a tavern in the Dagger Watch Garrison district in Upper Dura, in the western side of Sharn, filled with Sharn Watch and Brelish veterans, but through deception, disguised as veterans yourself who fought for Breland, and a well-timed bunch from Carver. The party got in contact with a brute who worked with the gang called Marco, who wore blue gauntlets pulsing with energy, earlier revealed to be the weapon of murder, who also seemed to have some history with Sentinel. But the group was tasked by Marco to bring in Daxoketh, as he made some noise and chaos in the tavern, drew some attention to him, and Marco wanted the party to prove their worth for the gang by bringing Daxoketh to the gang's lair, the Yellow Spire. This meeting is supposed to be by dusk, where the party would then be initiated into the gang and learn what the weapon really does. So, picking up from where we left off after that, the group were on their way to sit down and make a plan. So, where are you going? What do you do? Tell me all the details.
I think somewhere private. My room at Hope Swings, maybe. Cramped, but private, I think, for what we're talking about.
Well, if we have enough time to head back there, then yeah, sure.
It's like the afternoon or so. So we've got time.
Yeah, it's 3 and dusk is like by
Okay.
8, so you have about 5 hours.
Great
that
time for a
case-
short rest too. Yeah.
I am in agreement. Let's go.
Head
Okay,
back to Hope's Tavern. I'll
cool.
cram
So
everybody in my room.
you will take the Skycoach again back to
It's
think
Highwalls?
faster. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's faster.
Okay. Take about an hour and a half, I think. Yeah, I think we
Yep.
Was another
calculated at that.
5 silver, 6 silver.
It's
What
two,
was
it's 6 silver per
6 silver,
person,
yeah.
per person. Okay. So actually, this one that you that is available for you is a little bit bigger. Like it has like two decks. One that is a little bit like fancier with a ledge and things like that, and the other one that is where the actual driver of the Skycoach is. And so you go in. The other one, the upper deck, isn't really like a private deck or anything like that, but it's just looks fancy. Looks like a fancy Skycoach, and it descends with you through the towers of the middle districts of Sharn and towards the lower district of Highwall. And the sun is, like in this time, it's beginning to take on this like afternoon hue, where things are getting a little bit quieter in the city, before they begin to rise back up again by nightfall. So is there anything that you would like to do? Any moments that you would like to have as we go towards that? Maybe starting with Jonas.
Yeah, I think Jonas is sort of intimidated and taken back by some of these intense experiences at this point. But he also noticed, how upset Sentinel got. In our last experience. I think he'd sort of sheepishly like go and find wherever Sentinel's sitting and just sort of plop down next to him and just sort of like nudge him a little bit, like, is this seat taken?
No, please.
He'll sit down and make himself as small as possible. Got prime real estate on the aisle right now, so he's trying to be respectful about that, and maybe some awkward silence passes, and he'll just sort of, without looking directly at you, just ask, are you feeling any better? I'm really sorry about the sign and those guys giving you a hard time. You okay?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. I just got riled up. This happens. I know where I come from, and things that happened, and the people that did it beside me. I don't like it when they sit and they brag and they talk big about themselves, about the things that happened and the things that they did, like they were somehow in the right and the people on the other side were somehow in the wrong. And then when he turned up, it just all sort of bubbled over, and I got a bit upset. But no, I'm fine, and I put the sign back up. Not very well.
He did a good job too, and at this point, he's now turned to face you as you sort of start to open up a bit. What happened? What did you do? I'm sorry. I
No, it's fine. No, it's all right. It's complicated. I followed orders. That's what I did, Jonas. I followed orders.
You see him gulp.
I'll tell you in more detail at some point. Maybe not tonight.
Okay. I just have something I feel like you should know. And I am shaking. Nobody knows this. So can you just promise me that if I share something with you that you won't tell them, the others?
Yeah. We're friends, I think. Our relationship's a bit weird. I like you, but you you seem off with me. I don't know why. I don't know if I did anything. I'm sorry if I did. I know me and Daxoketh sort of messed with you a little bit that one time, but
It's not
that's
what you
just
did.
how we are.
It's he starts to, he looks around, making sure that everybody else is either distracted or not around, and just sort of like pulls back his hood a bit, and you can start to see like of red hair pushing out of the hood now, and sort of with a half hood down, he says, "My name is Jonis and Sentinel, and I wanted to be I've been so nervous to tell you because I'm just so sorry. I'm so sorry for what we made you to be." And he puts his hood up real quick and kind of shakes himself off and says, I didn't make you. And I don't know what you were told to do, but I've been so nervous because I didn't want you to think that I was evil.
A Sentinel kind of, from where he's sat, he leans forward on his knees a bit, and he looks just out. And then he leans back up and he turns to you and he says, "You had nothing to do with the creation of the Warforged."
No. I think I can make right, or at least try to make right, what wrongs took place.
Jonis. You had nothing to do with it. Then I don't blame you. It's okay.
Why aren't you mad? Why don't you want to rip my hair out?
I've experienced enough mad for today. It's been a lot. This whole thing. And I'm trying to direct my anger in the right place, and I don't believe at you is. I don't think that's the right place. You might be from the family, but you've been a good friend to all of us. And like you said it yourself, it's not like you made me. So what right would I have to blame you just because you happen to carry the family name?
Will sort of like look forward and like land his forehead on your shoulder. Feels like a weight. It feels like a weight is off of me. I appreciate you. Bet. Promise.
He just nods. And then he sits back in his chair and he crosses his feet and he looks out.
Sort of
Okay.
think away.
Okay. Any other moments on this Skycoach before you arrive at highwalls?
Leovar's been leaning out over the railing, in thought.
Okay. So, after another hour of travel, you finally reach high walls, like a bridge, like a dock for the Skycoach, before entering the massive walls of the district, the gates that are guarded by the sharn, as well as the remnants of runes and spell-bound sigils that guard this district from the outside. But you go inside and you see the cramped, narrow streets of the district, the faint light of the ever bright lanterns that dot the street, where the sun never really reach this part of the city. As you are going towards the Wings of Hope, the tavern, your home, you see a crowd of people, sirens, mostly. Leovar, Daxoketh, you recognize some of those people just by being here, and they are like standing around like an overturned cart, where a figure is like standing over it, a woman with like slightly elongated ears, hinting at a Korovar or half-elf lineage. Seems to be like in her early 50s, long golden white hair, her eyes like a very sharp blue that seems not to only look at the people around her, but through them. Her attire is very neat, with like a dark gray flowing cloak over a black tunic. And she seems very elegant, but for someone with this aura around her, she isn't wearing any jewelry except for a prominent brass and silver earrings in the shape of the octagram of the sovereign host of the god Orion, specifically. You, Leovar and Daxoketh, you would know this person as Tariel Arrath. She is a Syrian noble, but she is from like a more eastern side of Syre. And so she stands over this cart and she looks around. She goes, "Is this the base promised by Thronehold? Is this the new beginning they speak of? We, the rightful inheritors of a glorious nation where our dreams could come true. We are reduced to squatting in the shadow of Brilliant, begging for scraps." They spoke of Mitrol, the new one. They spoke of Sire under the rule of Galifar as the heart. A pretty lie. That was their sire, the one that they built on flimsy dreams and false promises. My ancestors, the true blood of old Mitrol, ruled before Galifar ever put his boots on our soil. We held fast to the old ways, to the divine truths taught by the host. Orion chose the blood of Mitrol, not the warmongers, not the dreamers who forgot tradition. If they had honored the ancient pacts, if they had listened to the wisdom of our forefathers, perhaps the Mourning would not have claimed them. And you see murmuring begins to like rise up from the crowd, like, yes. And you see she begins to speak again. And where are our supposed allies? Where is the royal Orgiv? Hiding in his borrowed palace, he has surrendered our dignity. We of the East, we remember true kings, true faith, true strength. While the Erwinarns fought their petty wars, our land was lost 40 years ago by Valinar, invaders, and it was left unavenged, forgotten by Orgev's parents and siblings. But only now they weep for what they lost. Sire was already lost. Because of them, they were just too blind to see it. Or worse, they did not care about us. We must rally, not around a baby prince, but around the lineage, the true bloodline, chosen by the host, that brought glory to Mitrol before Galifar's children tore our nation apart. You see, the crowd is getting more and more riled up. The crowd, and people are like shouting her name. We will reclaim our heritage, and we will show them our vengeance. The weakness of the prince will not be tolerated. If he is the rightful ruler of Sire, he should have been here, looking after his people, looking after you. But he left you all here to suffer. And I will not stand still as this happens to my people. Our brethren who died today in cold blood, they will be avenged, and those responsible will be punished, so no one ever thinks to hurt the Sirens again. You see, as this speech has been building up and building up, people have been like gathering around this figure. You see, people that you know, people that are not from Eastern, like Sire, that was indeed lost 40 years ago by a Valinor Elven invasion. People are in support of this person and their speech here in the middle of the district. Tariel just like waves to the crowd, and she begins to descend off this overturned cart. People helping her go down, shaking her hands as she's like walking from the space here.
Omar,
That was a good speech.
very evocative. Since Leovar is somewhat aware of her, has she been known in the past to be in this district and actively engaging with the refugees before, or is this new?
She doesn't come here often, like she doesn't live here. She lives in Smoky Towers, but she has been, coming here every once in a while.
Okay.
I'm assuming with baby prince, she was referring to the prince.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes. I look at Carver.
Where is she now?
Like she is walking, like you can see her, like she's walking just like inside the crowd. She's giving people handshakes and things. We will avenge our fallen brothers and sisters, and she's like walking out of the crowd.
I think if I can, I'll try to intercept her in the crowd. See if I can get a handshake.
You can.
Yeah. Very terse handshake. Not a warm one. Would she know who Daxoketh is in the political circle?
Yes, yeah. I think she would. So, if you approach her, she would she is like shaking everybody's hand. She goes to shake yours. She sees you. She grabs your hand. She senses like the tension. She goes, Daxoketh.
Arrath. Rallying people is one of your strengths, I see.
It's a speech from the heart, so I assumed it would reach the people as well.
Well, I'm glad that you're passionate. You certainly seem to have these people rallying again with you, against the prince, no less.
You just kind of see a shadow go over you, and Carver is right behind you.
Nice.
And he looks quite annoyed as he says, "It's bad enough we've lost our home. but you want to split us from within? Shouldn't we work together? Shouldn't you work together?
You see her look at the crowd around her and she goes, "This is splitting us up. You see, these people, they are united under a person who actually looks out for their blood."
You look out how? Have you offered them food, shelter, anything other than grandiose words? This is a small group of people. I've fought for Seer my entire life, and I will not fight for those within it. Wouldn't it be better if you simply worked together to bring our people together? We're already lost.
She gets closer to you, and you see, like, you are an intimidating figure normally, but she looks up to you, and she is not flinching, or she doesn't show any hint of tension or apprehension as she talks to you, and she just goes, "And where were you? Did you fight for the reclamation of our lands in the east, or did you just leave that backwards desert to be invaded by the Valinor? I don't think even the Central Sire really fought to bring our homes back. But I think now you're talking about who is trying to divide us. Well, they did that long ago."
I was not born when any of that occurred. I fought for Seer against its enemies, those who were attacking from without. I don't care which direction they attacked from. Just that it was Seer.
Yeah. So you just took orders and fought for where they pointed you towards. That's it, right? You did not really care about our home that was lost. Well, you weren't born, but I was there. Little girl, fleeing from her home.
So, would you... Oh, sorry.
No, you go.
Sorry. Sorry, you've gone a lot quieter there, Nate, but Carver just says, so you would rather we risk losing more of our home, more of our country, in order to hope to reclaim what was already lost? How could we reclaim what was lost if we let go what we already have? We had to protect our borders, and then, once they were protected, then maybe we could go and save your home. But if we were just to save your home, we'd lose other homes, other people's lives. You don't care about them or only your own?
Well, it's all gone anyway, because of incompetence. And now we are here.
So you
Both
know
of
what
it are
caused the
gone.
mourning? You know what caused the mourning? You know whose fault it was? It was due to incompetence, was it? Please, tell us. It's a mystery that we've all been worried about. What caused the mourning?
See how she goes silent for a moment, and she goes, "You think you are backing me in a corner, raising your voice, speaking things that you know I do not have the answer to. But please rest assured that my efforts in trying to uncover these mysteries are vast, and they are probably more than what you'd ever think to do. So please, if you are here just to stand in my way and prevent me from actually trying to make some efforts and finding the people responsible for this terrible thing that happened today, so by all means, do it if you have an answer. But if not, then please just let me go. I will talk to authorities, I will talk with people, and I will try to find a solution for what happened today."
Wow, you're one of those. You say an awful lot without saying much at all.
You see, Carver, that from the crowd there is like two figures that have been like circling this area, and as they see like things are getting more and more tense, like they begin to like approach the sides of Arrath here, and she goes, "Well, this was a very pleasant meeting. Daxoketh, please, if you don't have a tongue anymore to speak." The two guards like standing next to her, shielding her from the crowd, and their looks.
as she's walking away, can I just bring the attention back to the cart where Max has climbed up on it now, and I would like to cast minor illusion in the form of a sound, like a mic booming or a mic testing sound, and just go like, excuse me. I won't have any big words. I won't have pleasant words. That is not the man I am. But I can promise you this. The people of the prince will find the people. That's all. Thank you. And I will walk off.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Let's say this. Max, give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Can it be performance?
Yeah, sure.
Yes. Okay, because I have a bonus for that.
When bargaining works.
Performance. Go. Oh, that is a dirty 20.
Okay. Okay. I have my own thing that I'm keeping track of that I will not say, but this is a success. Okay. So, with this tense moment released, people begin to like move out back to their to the business for the day, and the entrance of Hope's Wings is once more like open for you to walk through.
Omar's NPCs, game to game, week to week, are always so capable of an effective clapback. Like, without a doubt, Omar's NPCs will clap back.
I was ready to follow this woman, man. I was convinced.
Yeah, Carver turns to Dax for a moment and says, "Sorry, I lost my cool."
Oh, it's fine. I was going to undress her with some words, but it's best she felt a little bit of a squeeze. Could you see some of the people around us? What was the vibe? Do you think that they were all on her side, or was it just a huge crowd listening to the hot take?
People.
Leovar kind of steps up in the proximity and he'll say, "Unfortunately, knowing how large groups of people work under stressful situations, I would say she very much was igniting the emotions of everyone here. Thank you, Carver. I appreciate the words you said to her."
She seems charismatic. If they worked together, it would be better for Seer. We're already broken. But politicians,
Yeah,
all they care about is popularity, not the actual country themselves.
It was like the faint glance at Daxoketh.
Oh, Carver's forgotten he's a politician.
Yeah. Dex really is. Unfortunately. And kind of, I think, a bit of quiet out of the crowd. We have a lot to discuss and only a little bit of time to do it. And then it's kind of as Max rejoins us, he'll kind of give you a bit of a quizzical look, Max, and
In the tavern. And I just walk off.
he'll follow. We head tavern.
Okay. Cool. So you enter the cozy tavern, Hope's Wings, where Ilara and Agrin, the patrons of this tavern, are like. There is a lot more here now that the day has continued to progress, and the tension of the day is still not completely gone, especially ignited back by Arrath's Peach and Carver and Daxoketh intervention. But you said you find a table. You said Elara comes forward to you, asks for what you need. Lots of drinks for Max. I got that already. Is there anything that you guys
A
need?
round of shots for everyone.
Sure, I wouldn't say no to a shot.
Okay. So she goes. She will bring that. But yeah, you have a table for yourselves. What do you want to do?
All right, I'll begin. You may have guessed already from the encounter beforehand, but Carver and I, we work for the prince. Well, Carver works for him. He's more of my owner, really, but not relevant.
Well, that's if you don't wish to talk about it, that's all right.
So, we... I guess we lost our cool a little bit, and now I am asking all of you to help us and our employer to finish this tonight.
Well, I had asked all of you to help me resolve this incident, so I'm on board. Given
If my investment hasn't been clear, I took a punch. I'm already in.
Right, you did.
Carver just smiles at Dax.
It was a good punch.
You took it well as well. Not even I look forward to taking a punch from Carver.
What do you need us to do, Max?
Well, just things might get a bit dangerous tonight, but well, I'm just asking you not to give up. And I'm especially asking you, Jonis, not to puke tonight. So I'm going to tell you a little secret that my captain told me the first time I went out on a mission. And as the bartenders will bring the drinks, Max is gonna lean over to Jonis and say, if you drink a strong liquor before you go out on a job like this, it'll calm your stomach. So, no puking tonight, okay? And I will kind of raise my glass to you to down the shot with me.
Why does this seem so backwards?
That's another thing. On
Good.
to tonight, though.
Another one.
Oh, right. Okay, well. And Leovar will throw his
That's a demon in a glass.
Carver's going to order like a mountain of food. He's hungry.
Okay. As you sit down here, eating and drinking, what is the plan? What do you guys want to do? How would you tackle this situation tonight?
So, everyone, I was thinking for the journey back here. I agree with Max. I don't think tonight is going to be peaceful in any regard, because from the word of that nasty man's mouth, they are planning on some sort of attack against the Valar tonight, and pinning it on the Siren refugees. So we have to make sure that doesn't happen. But also, we need to make sure it doesn't happen while getting evidence that isn't just dead bodies. If this Marco fellow's there, he might have those gauntlets. But if we can get any information through conversation for context before the inevitable violence occurs, I think that would be very good. So I was thinking, Daxoketh, I had mentioned that they want you, alive preferably, to torture, maybe kill, both probably both, I think. So I was thinking that I could put my disguise on again, and if you, and perhaps maybe Carver, with me, as I may have a disguise of someone with a lot of muscle on them, but I have none, brought you to Yellow Spire, and Max, Jonis, and Sentinel were nearby, as quiet as you could possibly be to be as close to us as you could be, while we try to get information through conversation, and then when things go inevitably sideways and violence that has to arise occurs, you'll be there on hand.
And
Yes.
so in this plan, I'm just supposed to go willingly? What's the idea?
Well, if you
here I
don't,
am. They caught me. Oh.
well, unless you have any capacity for disguising your physicality with bruising and such, that you were roughed up, and we have some ropes. There'll be ropes on your wrists, perhaps, but maybe the kind that you can easily slip out of. And it's a show. These people are playing a sick and twisted game. Well, we can make our own performance too.
I do have a couple things that I could. I have something I need to pick up that might help us. Yes, I could falsify some bruising. It's always good to have a little bruise under your eye when you want to gain some sympathy politically. They feel so bad. Oh, he's hurt.
Well, I think these people would love you to have more bruises, but if you're comfortable with this role, I know I, for one, I am very nervous, but I'm willing to be in this danger because somebody needs to do it. But I think you in particular might be in the most dangerous situation of the lot of us.
Does that worry you, or is that supposed to worry me?
No, are you okay with this? If this were the broad strokes of the plan?
If my investment is at question, I've already taken a punch.
Yeah, right. No, you may as well go all the way then, right?
Let's do it.
Okay.
I also have a spell that can force the truth from people. If that is something we need.
Well, I have a feeling these people, with their bigoted camaraderie, if we bring Daxoketh, I'm sure, conversationally, I can make them be open hopefully before they try to do anything to Daxoketh. I presume your spell would be quite noticeable, Carver.
Well, I was thinking more later when we were trying to gather evidence, not in the formative stage.
Well, we don't know how many of them there will be, and here's the way I thought things could play out a little bit. Fighting breaks out, and I'm not a big fan of violence. I'm not. I'd rather avoid it when possible, but I know in this instance it's not avoidable. But we don't know how many there will be. But we need to get a pair of those gauntlets off of someone, either Marco or one of these other bastards, and we need them as a primary form of evidence as the murder weapons. So if there's too many for us to deal with altogether, I can obfuscate us retreating if we get a pair of those gauntlets, if we need to, as a contingency. But we need those gauntlets, and we have to make sure we disrupt their plans for tonight, because a lot of people will die otherwise.
So, what, that's the plan? We go along with what they want. We bring Daxoketh, we pretend that we're a part of the team. Hopefully they give us gauntlets. We learn a bit more. If worse comes to worse, we kill them.
Well, I think worst will come to worst because we can't leave Daxoketh with them. So it's just trying to get as much context information that we can.
We can always leave some of them alive for interrogation.
Yeah, sure, that would suppose that, yeah.
What about Max? Could you, in case things do go south, perhaps do that image thing that you do to make it look as if Daxoketh is tied up, but in reality he is free?
Well,
There's no need for that. Keep a dagger hidden behind my back.
well, there you have it. I mean, my illusions are not that good, so it would be easy to see through it. I wouldn't recommend it as a course of action. Besides, I think it's more useful that I get the rest of the team close by with my magic and hide us.
Okay.
Jonas sort of like recovers after however many minutes of that shot and sort of says, "What do you need an illusion for?"
To make Daxoketh look as if he is bound, but in reality he is free.
Might be able to help you out. I think I can
Oh.
do it.
It's an option, but if I'll have a dagger.
There you go. The alcohol worked. Wow.
You're a wizard.
I think that's true. He is.
Yes, that's...
I will bind you.
Right. Well, it's a few hours away from dusk, but great. That's good. Jonas can help make.
I can help.
No, I know you can. I have entirely total faith in you, Jonas.
You can, actually, since it is a few hours away. Max, Jonas, perhaps your team could do a little scouting. If you can be...
That's a good idea.
Unseen. Possible exit routes, possible entrance routes, just anything we can learn of the area we're going to.
I always planned heading there earlier anyways, so...
We'll need to loosely head as a group, given that distance from there to here. It'll be another hour and a half journey or so.
Yes, but it's best if our group heads on first, so that we can secure the area before they arrive, if at all possible.
Absolutely. That probably makes sense. Can look at Sentinel. I can maybe help a little bit with the clanking of metal for sneaking. A little bit. I know Max is something very potent, but I could probably help you specifically a little bit more. Sentinel.
Okay.
Does tend to draw attention with his footsteps.
Nothing wrong with that.
No?
Except when you're sneaking into a very dangerous location with a lot of people that probably want to kill you.
Yeah.
It has happened. Remember that one time outside of Sire on the road?
Yeah, well...
I was like, sneak around and you're clomping.
Well, that was your first mistake. I told you it was a bad idea, and you said you encouraged me anyway. You know I can't sneak. That's your job.
Was there a better idea?
Yes, I could have stayed hidden like the original plan. I didn't have to sneak around. You lit... Another time.
Did you die?
Well, my heavily armored friend, you will be sneaking today, so Leovar, whatever you can do, whatever help you can give, it will be appreciated.
I'll do my bit. Yeah. A reason, though, I think that crowd outside earlier. That's a bit of a problem if we were to not do so well tonight. If they manage to successfully have their attack on the Valinar occur, their plan is to put those triangles on their victims' heads so people would look at the Siren refugees, and given the very large crowd that just got their emotions riled up, specifically about the Valinar incursion in Eastern Sire, I think blame would seem to be even more easily ascribed if we failed. So, just maybe.
But we
keep
don't
that in
fail.
mind.
That's what I was gonna
Okay.
say.
There you
Yeah.
have it.
The stakes
Easy.
might be high, but it's within our capabilities, I think. Right, Jonas?
Yes.
Liquid
Right.
There
courage.
you have it.
Wow.
I need
Okay.
water now.
No, you need another shot on the road. No, don't
no,
go.
no, no. No, I think
Aye.
water. He has. I think he needs the water. Look
Water.
at what this much liquid did to him. Do you think
Yes,
he can handle that much more?
Jonas is like 145 pounds. This is.
What do you mean? What it did
Actually-
to him? It made him extremely competent.
I'm feeling a little inspired myself by Jonas. I think I'll have a couple more.
I
If
reach
I'm
into
going to
my.
be-
Sorry, go on.
If I'm going to be in the lion's teeth, then I'm not doing it sober.
I was going to say, you should drink up.
Yeah, I reach into my pack and I pull out a water skin and I hand it to Jonas. There you go.
Thank you.
Oh, all right.
That's fine, but if he's puking, it's on you.
No, you, Jonas, you take a swig. It's wine. It's full of wine. It's a water skin. It's a water skin of wine that obviously I can't drink, but I keep for
But why-
Daxoketh when we're
why
when
do you-
we're out and about and he needs a drink for something.
Very good, Sentinel. You can be
If
my
you don't-
replacement Carver
You
for
take
this
it,
mission.
like everyone else sees as Sentinel very deliberately sits and his like eyes are darting back and forth as he's waiting for him to take a sip, and then he takes the sip, and he just starts like barely laughing from and like reeling back on his chair and
This
now
is
that is a
motor
classic.
oil.
Well, if you're not going to drink it, I will. Is this the rosé that I like so much?
Yes, it's the last one though, so make it count.
You do strike me as a rosé kind of fella.
What can I say? It's delicious.
The aftertaste, though. Oh yeah, no, that's good. Adults have this figured out. This is good.
Wait,
Getting it?
how old are you?
I'm 21. I should know this.
Omar, what is the legal drinking age in Sharn?
Yeah, it's fine.
Well,
It's fine. Yeah, he's good.
the legal drinking age is when you have enough money.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. To give a short version of this plan to the people. Yeah, what is the short version of this? What are you doing?
Daxoketh's going to make himself look roughed up. We're going to put some fake or illusory ropes on him. Carver is going to manhandle him to Yellow Spire. I'll be there under my disguise as Cord. We will hopefully get to banter with the Broken Bridge Brawlers. Maybe get a pair of those gauntlets. Maybe get some information before they try to do anything to Daxoketh. While the other gang, Jonas, Max, and Sentinel, will have snuck in the vicinity of Yellow Spire before we get there to have an idea of where things are so they can be moving in closer when we get there to jump in when things inevitably go violent because we can't let them hurt Daxoketh, obviously.
Okay. So let's jump into action then.
Can we short
before
rest?
we do it?
Okay.
Also, Carver will just lean over to Daxoketh and say, "You can take a little bit of it, though, right? If I manhandle you roughly."
If you have to, but I'll be convincing in my appearance. I promise.
Hmm.
And Omar, I wanted to pick something up that would be appropriate for this. So before we
Okay.
jump into the actual action, yeah.
Okay, so let's say that reconnaissance group went out to get, reconnaissance, while the rest of you are doing other things. So, Daxoketh, you go somewhere. Tell us where you are going.
Daxoketh is winding through the streets of Sharn. And he unexpectedly rounds a corner, darts into this corner, and then back up against the wall, and he looks out in the corner to see if he's being followed, and he's not, ideally. And when the coast is clear, he opens a grate in the ground, and he goes down into the sewers and takes another winding path through the sewers and comes back up outside of a shop of some sort. And he goes into this very specific shop that he was looking for.
Okay, so a small and somewhat cramped but surprisingly well organized tailor shop. Bolts of fabric in various colors and textures line the walls, and spools of thread are arranged in neat rows. The air itself smells faintly of lavender. You enter the space and you see this older gentleman with like white hair that is like combed to the side, with like a very thin mustache, gray mustache. And he goes, "Master Daxoketh, you arrived."
Yes, didn't mean to ask you to rush it so quickly, but the time has come. Has the item arrived?
It has, sir. I've been working on it for quite some time now, and it's ready for you.
Excellent. And he takes off his coat, his green and gold coat.
Please
and
allow me,
he-
sir. He takes
Oh.
the coat off.
Thank you very much.
He puts it, puts it on like the counter next to him, and he brings out this like wooden box with like a little bit of a greener coloration to it. He opens it. You look inside.
That's perfect. And you got my measurements? You think it will comfortably stretch should it need to?
Of course. Do you doubt my craft after all these years, Daxoketh?
I just like hearing you brag about yourself.
Thank you.
And he'll let him put this clothing on. What is his name, Omar?
He is Elmsworth.
Elmsworth. Excellent. Thank you, Elmsworth. Yes, fits like a glove. And is there any trick to it?
Well, it's like you wanted. It has a couple of different shapes it can take.
Excellent. And little spot in the back where I usually keep my dagger.
It is there, of course.
Perfect. He thinks, and this clothing that doesn't really have any recognizable features at the moment, he thinks, and his clothing immediately turns into the same outfit that he had on earlier. It's the same. It's the cloak. It's the green and gold jacket. It's the whole same thing, but this is magic, and this is a shift weave, very unique to Eberron. And then he thinks again, and that same outfit turns into the green and gold outfit, but it's all tattered. It is torn to pieces. It looks beat up and in disrepair, and he turns to Elmsworth and he says, "Well, yes, this works excellently. I'll have to test out the others soon enough." And then he thinks, and his cloak turns back into the regular cloak. It looks in good shape. Wish me luck, Elmsworth.
Always there, as he arranges and ties up your coat and the shirt beneath, and he goes, "The operations have been going well enough.
Good.
We have a few items that we have acquired lately. If you want to take a look later."
I'm in a bit of a rush, but yes, I can come back later.
He leaves it and he goes, "Well, good luck, sir."
Thank you, Elmsworth. I'll check in, as always. I know you worry about me.
Of course, sir. But I
Keep
also trust you.
And are you? He points at his old jacket. He says, "Keep that safe, in case it comes in handy at some point."
He just nods and he puts it in the box that you took this shift weave from. Keeps it under the counter.
And as Elmsworth is putting it under the counter, Daxoketh has disappeared. He's out of the doorbell that rings for the shop door when it closes. He's already out. So when Elmsworth lifts his head up, Daxoketh is gone.
He always does that.
And Daxoketh will take his secret route back, and yeah.
Okay.
Guess
So,
Item.
mhm,
get back
mhm.
to me and Carver, and I'm just like, you smell a little. Where were you? Were you in the sewers?
Maybe.
I flick, and you feel a puff of wind hit you, and Nick, you are now stank free.
Oh, I need to learn that trick.
It's helpful. It's very helpful.
Well, everyone, if we're in a private place, I show them the tattered cloak that looks like my clothing, but beat to shreds. And along the way in the sewers, he was able to apply some bruising and soot, so he looks he looks messed up. So, are we ready?
I'm sorry about your outfit, though. It was very dashing. That's a shame to see it.
Oh, you saw the transition.
Oh, I
You
saw the
it
transition.
turn. Yeah,
Then
everyone saw
rewind.
it turned.
Wow,
from-
that's really quite brilliant. Yeah.
Yep.
Yourself until you get there?
what
Or
if
am I
you-
carrying you over my shoulder?
Oh, should I pretend to be unconscious?
Well, if you're walking along with us and they see you, that sort of undoes the entire ruse.
Why don't you, after we get on the coach, why don't you bind my hands and I will be an unwilling participant willingly.
Okay.
We head there.
Okay.
And
So,
yeah,
mhm.
cool.
No, if you want to say anything, do it.
Yeah, I give either Leo or Carver my sword, and my dagger's in my back, and I give him one of my short sword. And when the time is right, just throw it to me, please.
I'll throw it to you. Given that my disguise is not armed, it'll look better for me to be holding a blade.
Wonderful.
Cool. Okay. So you make your way there. While that was happening and you arriving, what was the other team doing?
Well, I guess we would be heading towards the area as soon as possible. And once we're there, look for like an area from where we can see where the meeting is supposed to take place well, or like a good hiding area nearby, or like a rooftop or something like that. Preferably as close as possible, and then I'll cast my spell to hide us.
Yeah, I was gonna mention like rooftops. How high up are the buildings around?
So since you are in Upper Dura, you actually see the sky up above, and there are actual roofs. So it will be like 30, 40 foot up, and this is like a garrison. So there will be guards on some of those rooftops, and there will be some very heavy presence of the watch around here, patrols and things like that. Just keep that in mind.
Well, that won't work if there's guards. We don't know which one.
So yes. Give me an investigation check, like all of you.
All right.
Oh.
That is a natural 20 for a total of 30.
Nat 1 for a total of 0.
Ooh,
Hey!
balance.
So Jonas is distracted by the sight of those griffins that fly around the district.
Pretty.
While Max, you make your investigations and you look around and you see the yellow spire, this old tower top in the Dagger Watch district. And you notice and learn two things. I should say three things. So there is an entrance to the tower itself that is easy enough to spot on the lower floor of that. There is also what seems to be like a chimney that runs like the side of the tower, and there seemed to be like an entrance to the second floor from that. Like the tower itself has this like pitched roof covering of yellow tiles, and the fireplace has smoke coming out of it, which is weird because it's spring. Like it isn't that cold, doesn't require the fireplace to be on. But you also learn when you inquire about why would that be a thing, why would there be a fireplace open in a place like this. The owner of this tower was a mage like a couple of 100 years ago, and the reason it was like abandoned, left by the watch and things like that, is because they were studying planar energy from the plane of Rizia, which is a magical plane of ice. Let's say it's ice, and the whole tower has been like warped by the magic, by the cold magic of the plane of Rizia. And due to the nature of this plane, the lower floors of the tower, like the rest of the tower in the other wards, like beneath Upper Dura, like in Middle Dura, the rest of this tower exists, and the very top of that section in Middle Dura is completely encased in ice, where a very unique tavern is built inside of this ice location. I'd say Max is smart enough, and with a 30, I would say that being encased in ice like this, maybe there could be a way to enter the tower from that middle ward by like breaking into the ice from beneath, like into the cellars of the tower top.
Well, that's my idea, guys. Might give us a good viewpoint.
Sounds ridiculous. Yeah, I'm in. Let's do it.
Jonas?
I am a new person, and after we're done with this, I'm gonna get a bird.
I'm going to summon my familiar, my eagle,
Bigger,
and I'm gonna
bigger bird.
have it land on Jonas's shoulder.
You're small, and that's okay.
Okay, so you will go to Middle Dura to check
Yes.
out this tower. Okay.
Yes.
Cool. So you go to the middle part of the Yellow Spire, and you go up, and this is this district that you are in Middle Dura. It's called Stormhold, which is mainly like an average residential area here. Like definitely better than highwalls, but not as lavish as some of the residential areas in Central and Upper Central. And you see like many people live here of different species and economical classes, but it's like very nice, and you see guard presence here unlike in high walls. And you go towards the middle part here in this icy tavern at the very top of the middle section. It's called Winds of Winter. It is run by a genasi, a person plane touched by the plane of Rizia itself. And so you are welcomed into that space, which is like very cold, like visibly cold, that they have to give you codes when you enter the location as part of the service. You see even like the tavern servers and stuff like that are wearing these coats that are like very heavy and like black and white, like waitress coats. And they sit you down, and the tables are made of like sculpted ice. The counter is made of like very, and it all seem like very sturdy, and there's this like air of like a cold breeze that just keeps on happening. Like you're basically in a freezer.
This is a cool place.
Very Max thing. Very Max things to say. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so you are approached by the water genasi that runs the space. This tall person with like freckles, but they are like ice particles that are like forming on some of the foreheads and their face here, and they have like a very light blue skin, and they approach you with like a very heavy white coat, and you know, well, welcome to Winds of Winter. This is the first time seeing you here. It's as you can see, it's very cold, and so we have like very special drinks and things to serve you. There is ice cream, and there are ice drinks, and there is jelly, and there's lots of things. You would not find this sort of food or drink anywhere else in Sharn, or say even in the world, except for us here in Winds of Winter.
I'll just have whatever you recommend, hopefully alcoholic.
We tried that, but we don't serve. We want this to be like more family friendly. Like we serve like ice creams and things like that kids are beginning to love as we spread our products across the city.
You see Max get pale and not from the cold. Oh my god, how long do we have to stay here?
But I heard your ice cream machine was always broken here.
That is false accusations by House Galanda, because we do not want to sell them the idea. So just please be mindful of that.
Test.
Yeah, what flavor would you like? We have dozens and dozens of flavors.
The house, yeah. Whatever you recommend. What our friend said. House special. Your whatever you do. I'm cold. I'm sorry. You go.
Okay, give me a moment here as I go and look. Okay, so you want our special Sol, right? The Sol Day.
Yes, sure, of course, sure.
Okay, yeah. 2 servings of Sol Day, and for you, as the bonus to you, sent.
Not much point.
Okay. I'm sorry. I never really served like anyone like you here before.
No.
It makes sense though. Like, why would you be? Why are you actually? Okay, no, not my business. I'm sorry. And he goes. He will bring you whatever you ordered. It will be three silver per scoop of ice cream because this is.
I'll pay for it.
But yeah, as you sit here, Max, and you have the idea of breaking into the place, I actually like look up. There's like a bathroom area, of course, and you see the walls or like the roof or the ceiling of this space is actually cracked in places, and that would lead to the upper floors. It's all contained by columns, and these are actually made of stone, so they hold the ceiling from falling. But they are like reinforced at the top, so it doesn't fall on people, but it's definitely visibly cracked.
But it's only cracked. There's not like a hole or something to see through, right?
Not from here. Give me a perception check.
Perception. Oh, that's another dirty 20.
Okay, really good. Taking in the space, they are cracked, and you think that maybe with enough like force of magic or just like force of breaking into them, they will open like a hole or something that you can see through, or even maybe crawl up.
But I feel a little bit bad about destroying someone's tavern.
Yeah, and we don't really want to get ourselves in trouble. If we get thrown out, this whole plan's sort of in the bin. You know, we don't want to cause too much of a ruckus.
Yet, of course.
No, yeah. At least not here.
Yes. Well, that is.
We could do just enough that we could see. Like, I guess we need.
Well, we need to get there if there is trouble.
Yeah.
That is. I can get myself through a hole as small as enough for me to see, but that's not enough for you to.
About the bird.
Well, the bird can go, but.
Pack.
No.
With beer for ages. Jonas. Look at me.
Ether,
How long did it take a bird to pick an hole for me to get through?
Ether is gonna look at you like perched on your shoulder, like look at you like.
If you have a better idea.
You'd be better off trying to melt the ice with your hot breath. Than...
No, but that's not the problem. If we break it, we can get through. We know we can break it, but we shouldn't just destroy someone's ceiling, should we?
No, you're right, as usual. I'm so I thought that if we got a hole small enough that we could like see through, and I don't know about you, but there's probably a way to get up there if we can see. I think that I feel like we're on a similar wavelength. We just want to go about it differently.
Well, no, please tell me your plan. I'm happy to listen. Do
We
you have
can
a way?
poof. We can poof there.
Yes, you and me, but what about?
Yeah, you two can.
We can go to the bathroom and you can hold our position here. You know what I mean? Nobody?
No,
Okay.
I don't. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Shit.
Like you hold the table, you hold down the fort, and
Yeah.
Sentinel, they're in the bathroom. And
No,
then
but the
we're
issue is that we
actually-
all need to get there. Like
I didn't know
it
that.
needs to be big enough so that we can all go, so that when it all kicks off, we can all be there.
Whole lot of no. There's a whole lot of no, but, and I'm looking for yes and.
Yeah.
Should we just break it?
Wait, okay. Let's maybe ask the barkeeper. Maybe there is a
Let's
cracked
no
wall.
what?
No, not.
Excuse me,
ask
sir.
if
Can
we
I smash a hole in your roof?
No,
Are you...
no, but maybe
Actually,
somewhere.
you're supposed to be the smart one here, and it's not looking good for you, pal.
Maybe someone has already smashed the wall somewhere or the roof somewhere where we can't see. That's what I was going to
Yeah.
ask.
Is there a window? Have we looked for a window? Look, what we could do, right? We could let's meet in the middle. We make an hole enough, just big enough that we can see through, and then when it all kicks off, then we smash through and we jump into action. Or are we worried about not being able to make it in time?
No, I'm worried about smashing someone's roof. That's not ours, but I mean, yeah.
Oh, you're literally worried about like the property damage. You feel bad. I just don't want to get us in trouble before the fight even begins. Like if we just smash his roof open now, someone's gonna hear it, and if we get thrown out of it, sort of the whole
Hear
thing's
it?
gone.
What if the fucking roof falls on everyone? What do you mean hear it?
Well, look, you can't take
You
into
know what?
account every possibility. All right, if that happens, it happens, and we run with it.
You know what? I'm not even gonna argue
One
anymore.
hole in the roof is not going to cause the whole place to collapse. Come on.
Okay, now it's definitely happening, but now I want to see it, so
Yeah,
let's do it.
Yeah. And I've got an idea. I reckon we make an hole just big enough that we can see, and then, or maybe weaken it. Maybe not smash it completely, weaken it just enough, and then when it all begins, I'll smash my way through and we'll all leap into battle.
All right. So we're going with Jonas's plan. All right, I'm with it.
Yeah. There's an air of like mischievous with Sentinel here.
There is an air of
You'll see.
an air of being worried about Max here, but he is. I'm fine with it now.
Okay. So, the barkeeper gets you your sol days as you finish thinking about how you would break into his roof. And yeah, Jonas and Max, you get it. Probably eating it until the time is right for you to do your plan. And while that is happening, the rest of the group arrive at the Yellow Spire, and that's where we will take a short break and come back to see how this will all ban out. So don't go anywhere, or actually go and come back. We will have I don't know. We
Yeah.
need to figure it out. See you guys in a
Happy
nothing.
facts.
Too shortly.
and welcome back from our break that took some time. I don't know what. So in the first half, our group returned to highwalls, made some plans, began to act on these plans, and now they are in the middle section of the Yellow Spire. So for a little bit of visualization, not much, but if you imagine that the tower is like this big, I'm trying to put my fingers on the screen, don't know if that's enough. If the tower is this big, you have this part which is in the upper ward, and the rest of it is in the middle wards. And the party are now like here, or at least Sentinel, Max, and Jonis are like below this, and they're trying to break into the basement of this upper area, while the rest of the group will be actually approaching from the front door. So we go back to the people that will be actually going inside. Daxoketh, Carver, and Leo, you arrive at dusk. The sun is beginning to take on this like orange, like very, very orange hue, maybe even leaning into purple now. And the streets here are getting a little bit quieter. Being a garrison district, it's not as lively as the others, but definitely also the guards are getting more strict. So when they see you arriving, they will ask like why you are here. So what kind of excuse will you say?
Why are we in the district?
Like this is not it's not like a business district, you know, like, and going into that approaching late night time, being here would be questioned, like why are you here?
I have my disguised self up, and I'll relax smile, and I'll say, "Oh, having a meeting for some British veterans, just to get together some drinks, yeah."
Okay, give me a deception check with advantage.
Easy. I shouldn't have said that. Oh, it's fine. It's a 27.
Nice.
Okay, yeah. They let you in, seeing no Carver, Daxoketh. You know, you may look like people who are here to hang out with some Brelish veterans. So yeah, you go and you go deeper into the district towards the Yellow Spire, this old tower top with like a pitched roof of yellow tiles and like a chimney that runs the length of this tower here, about 30 foot. So you arrive at the front door. It's I would actually say where the hell? Okay, it's it's like an iron door where you can see there is like a rectangular opening in the door itself, or this gate of the tower itself, like a peephole that people can look through. So when you approach this space, what do you do before that? Any preparation that you would do before that?
5 foot of rope around Dax's wrists, behind his back, but it's not tied fully. Like the rope will be clearly visible, but like he can slip his hands out, and that's what Leo will do. So yeah, Carver, you have the presence down. I'm sure they won't doubt that you've got a good grip on him.
All right.
Leo, actually tie this thing. We don't want it to come under. We don't want the big yank on it and it fall apart.
But what about you needing your hands?
I have the knife behind my back.
Sure,
As long
okay.
as you angle my wrist just so, I should be
Okay,
fine.
is this positioning okay? Does this work for you?
Okay, well, you didn't have to tie it so tight.
No, I try to loosen it just slightly. There, I think that's workable.
Need to be able to feel my fingers.
But also, you've got this. I have entire faith in you, and I'll give you a bardic inspiration, Daxoketh.
Oh, thank you. That's a D8s for everyone.
It's a
at home.
D8, so you feel the sincerity of how much faith Leovar has in you, and you're like, oh, I'm believed in. That's what inspires you.
Oh,
I love it.
you approach Alor, who is knocking.
Oh, I'll
Not me.
Carver's got his hands full, so I'll give a little bump.
Okay. You take like a second or two, and then you see this like shutter noise as something like opens up, and you see like eyes looking up at you. What's your business here?
My
Or
name's
the
Cord.
people Marco told us about.
Yeah, we brought a package. A surprise. I point to the roughed up Daxoketh.
Yeah.
He smiles.
see. Scroll you.
Right.
He's got black on one of his teeth, so it looks like a tooth is missing.
Yeah, the peephole closes, and then you hear a bunch of locks begin to be opened, and then the gate opens up, and you're let into a very cold interior. And this is the part where you don't actually know that it's very cold inside. And so when you get roped in, you see these people are all wearing like very heavy like brown coats. Marco is there, the bald guy with gauntlets. He's there, as well as the two others that you have seen with him in the tavern. A human man and another woman. And they're all like standing inside in this vestibule area. And it's extremely cold. There's like a layer of ice that has formed on the floor and on the walls itself. And there are like these like old tapestries that has been like covered with ice, became like very wet and soggy. So Marco, as you see Daxoketh going with, I have arrived. That's very great.
Yeah. Got the little weasel. It's cold in here though.
See, he approaches Daxoketh, and you know the man behind like closes the gate, and he lifts your chin, Daxoketh, up, looks at you. This bouty face will smash it just right. Even though you did some good job here, and he looks at Carver. So you tag teamed it.
Yeah. He's a slippery one. The two was that's it.
Where did you find the rascal? We didn't really hear anything going in the district, so we assumed you bailed.
No, it was down in Tavik's Landing, I think it's called, yeah.
Give me a deception check again.
$18.
Okay. Goes. Yeah. Hiding with the rest of the vermin in highwalls.
Yeah, it's real crowded down there.
Yeah. We're working to bring that down.
Carver is just looking around the space. Like, what does he see? How many people, and what's kind of the layout?
Okay. So what you see is, it seems like to be like just like an interior, like entrance area that leads deeper into the place itself. Like you see another door, like this, like a small vestibule area that leads into the inside of the tower. And what you see now is just 3 people, Marco included.
I have to say, I know it's uncouth to insult your host, but this is the worst party I've ever been to.
Oh, this is not a party, honey. This is not a party. The party's upstairs, and it would be a lot of pain for you.
Yeah, this guy's been a real pain in our ass for the last few hours, man. So,
Daxoketh, Daxoketh stomps on Leovar's foot.
you little shit, and I'll punch you in the face.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm not good at this though, but I'm gonna make it look like a really good punch.
So give me a performance check, both of you. Give me a performance check.
Cool.
I can do performance. You have a bardic if you need it.
That's a dirty 20.
That's a natural 20.
Hey!
So you sell it, Leovar, that the bunch mid contact and it hurt and things like that. And even a little bit of the makeup, the red makeup that begins to spill from from his mouth.
Oh shit.
Yeah, there's a theater trick. It's just a little capsule of blood, and then you can spill it out of your mouth. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And see Marco goes, "Oh no, don't take out all the fun yourself. Come on, Cord. The boys are waiting up there."
Well, yeah. But imagine being stuck with this for like 2 hours. 3. It's a long time.
Where were you all this time? Why didn't you just arrive very early so we could have even more fun?
Oh, well, I was trying to get this guy through the guards and stuff without from asking questions, and also those fancy cabin things take a while to get here from Davik's Landing.
Okay. I get you. Okay, so come in. And he goes and he takes out a key. He opens the door, and it leads into it seems to be like more of a living area. Like there's a couple of chairs, some sleeping rolls that people sleep in, and you can see inside 4 more of those veterans inside, and a spiral staircase that leads up, and what seems to be like a stairway that goes down into a basement or something. And there is a fireplace that is roaring with flame, and it's a little bit warmer here, but not too much. Seems like the cold here isn't, of course it's not weather, you're in spring, so it's magical and it's very oppressive. But he goes, "Well, here, meet some of the lads. There is the Arab. So before we go up, okay, I have to say something. You're being escorted here on my word, like the leader trusts me. And so when I told him about you, he was like, we don't need more people, it will ruin the plans, but I think it will be fun." He took a liking for all of you, and as he grabs again Daxoketh's face, this is a very nice, initiation gift.
Yeah. And he kind of looks at the fireplace and the 5 here, and he's like, "So the whole gang's upstairs." Yeah, no, we'll be best behavior. Yeah.
If this is the initiation fee, you should be concerned about the monthly charges.
See what I mean? What I mean?
Marco just grabs you by the head as you go up. And you continue going through that spiral staircase to the 2nd floor. For the reconnaissance group, up to now, there has been no noise from above that you can hear. But what are you going to do? What are you trying to do in this meantime?
Find I think trying to find somewhere in the restaurant where it won't be seen that we're kind of trying to break the roof down enough for us to climb through.
Jonas will be like, "I got this." Just act really surprised. Step 1. And then he tilts his eyes toward the door, and telekinetically the door will start to open. And then I'm going to subtly cast Major Image, as what you see is the first person that he can think of is whoever was speaking at that event that had the back and forth with Carver, comes running through the door, footsteps loud, and just yells, "I'll give you a broken ice cream machine." And then I'm going to use another subtle spell to cast Sorceress Burst from her hand at the the ceiling where the cracks start to happen, and Jonas is just sort of smirking at you two as all this happens without him even lifting a finger.
What the hell is going on?
I don't know. This lady's crazy.
Okay. So you see the two waiters and the barkeepers like go and try to like tackle this person that into the space and try to cast a spell. This is all they can do to protect their establishment here.
Can she sort of so I think I can manipulate it realistically. Yeah. I don't know if it needs a roll, but the idea is that she's gonna do that, and then like just try to dip away and run back out the door.
Okay. I would say it's enough to draw attention, and as they go and tackle it, she runs away and she runs out of the tavern, and they go after her, and you are the only people in the tavern right now.
I'll create what looks like a misty step, just like a puff of smoke, as she vanishes. And I drop the spell. And I just look to the other two.
Well, that was lucky.
What a coincidence.
What effect did this sorcerer's burst have? Like if we look up where it was shot.
This is it seems like it has caused like enough cracks to begin to form on the ceiling that chunks of ice like falls, and you begin to see like holes into the area above.
I would have used fire damage. I don't know if that does anything for you.
No, I assumed that you'll be using fire on ice.
Right, well, I mean, we should probably get moving pretty quickly then.
Well, let's dip.
Okay, so
when
Sentinel is
no one
helping
paying
people
attention.
climb, or what is happening?
Well, do you guys have? Yeah, I help the other two up. And then obviously you guys aren't lifting me up into the
helping
hole.
You. We're trying to help. So...
Yeah. No. I look at you and I go, step back. And
okay.
I take a couple steps back, and then I go and I do like a bit of a hop, a skip, and a jump. And as I jump, on the bottom of my feet is a mechanism that essentially works like a piston, which pushes out from the bottom of my feet. So as I hop, skip, and jump, I am like thrusted from the ground, and I leap up through the hole.
Whoa!
Awesome. Okay, so yeah, you guys climb up to that basement area at the bottom of the top floors. And you hear like the tavern people, the keepers, and the waiters. And there is no other patrons here. Like you are the only people. This is like a more of like an experimental spot. So it's only you here at the moment.
At a Michelin star.
No, not that, but just like ice cream.
It's kind of underground. You wouldn't know it.
It's alternative,
But yeah, you jump to the basement, which is, again, it's still really cold, but you have the coats now, so it's not as detrimental. And yeah, there is a hole that leads down to that tavern, but you go through that basement up a little bit, which leads you actually into what seems to be like a locked door, and this small room in the basement that you are in.
All right. I think it's time that we begin sneaking. So, all right, come here, guys. I will tell them to come closer, and then I will cast my spell, Pass Without a Trace, as from Max's shoulder again, a shadow is gonna crawl out and engulf everyone in an aura and then just dissipate slowly. But the effect, lasts through, and you feel like you're moving stealthier, more unseen, and less heard as we continue on. But now we have to unlock a door.
Yeah, we didn't really think of that, did we?
Crap.
This was
saw- Yeah.
Daxoketh.
Surely one of you has got some kind of magic that can open a door.
Look at Max like,
Well, I
Please.
I do not have the magic for it, but I can try to use I do have thieves tools. I can try
Oh.
using them. I haven't
my
done this
guest.
in a while though. All right. The roll it's a d20 and you add your proficiency if you're proficient with the tools, right?
Yes.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Your dex.
Yeah, you get your dex modifier as well.
Yeah, that is a 10.
Okay. So this door, you go and you try to unlock it. Sadly, it's closed and seems to be like jammed by like the ice. Just like the cold effect here has caused it to like completely get stuck with the ice itself.
Jonis, can you maybe help with the ice a little bit? I don't even know if I'm doing this right, but the ice is not helping.
yeah. Let me read through rules. I mean, okay, I'll rub my hands together like I'm creating some frictional warmth, and I'll hold them up to whatever's a little frozen over, and I'm going to try to use prestidigitation to warm 1 cubic foot of non-living material.
No, that works, and it will take some time. Like you are holding a lighter to an ice piece, and you're trying to make it melt. So it will take some time.
Visual Jonas is there, like just for ages.
Okay. Okay. Let me see here. Okay. So you you keep doing that for a bit. People up on the second floor, you climb up with Marco and like 2 other members of the gang who follow behind Leovar and Carver. And you see this upper floor has it's like a circular tower, and there is another another fireplace that is burning up into the sky, and it's warmer here than the entrance area, but still the cold is visible, is still sensible. And there are like icy chunks on the floor that hasn't been able to thaw by the flames. Like it's still cold and still dangerous to step onto these areas. And you also see a bunch of what seems to be like arrow holes that are like broken into the tower's interior. Like they look outside, like they are like little looking areas, and points where people can defend this place if it's under attack or something. But you see 2 more people who wear these gauntlets. One of them is like a tiefling with bluish skin, like curled black horns. The other one is a human with long blonde hair on one side. The other side is shaved. And you see sitting on a chair, looking at this, what would only be described as a crystal, of some sort he's like looking at, and he's like closing his eyes as looking at it. And this person is the one that was described to you, who killed Bryn in highwalls. The guy with the short black hair and the claw mark on his eye, wearing a black coat. He's like looking over this register, and he opens his eyes as you approach from downstairs. He goes, "So Marco, this is the people you told me about, I assume?" Marco goes, "Yes, boss. They have this little piglet here," and he like shoves Daxoketh in front of the leader, Kuran, who looks down at you, Daxoketh, and he goes, "Oh, hello. What do we have here?" I remember seeing your stupid face in highwalls before. You're a politician, right? We can't hear you now.
A servant of the people, guilty as charged.
All right. Serving the Syrian people lies about their deserved home here in Breland, and other fancy dreams you and your prince hope to make in our land.
And we won't stop there either.
Oh, tell me, what do you really want, huh? You wanna push us off our cities?
Why not all of it?
You are a blight on this land. You are a reminder of our defeat in this war. Yeah. You know, people say that Thronehold was a treaty of peace. I say it was a treaty of cowardice, because we could have won easily, especially after your little heart of Galifar was taken away.
Blight. It's a new one. Usually people call us a parasite. I would tend to agree. We will feed off of you. Lay eggs in your corpse and feed off of your dead.
Oh,
When you're
even
gone,
your
then...
metaphors are disgusting.
And when you're dead and gone, we'll have a whole new place for us all to ourselves. Without the stench of the Brelish.
Oh, that's in your dreams. This is why we do this. As he looks at the other members of the gang and to Carver and Leovar, he goes, "This is what we do this. To rid Breland of its weakness. We are patriots. We were betrayed by weak politicians and the unfair terms of the Treaty of Thronehold. We fought in this war. We lost people in this war. We almost lost ourselves in this war. And then they say, base. And they bring people that were 2 years ago fighting us on the front lines, and they put them in our homes, and they call this peace, and they call this justice, and then they throw us out of the military because of unstable personalities. Such a bullshit."
Yeah, sickening.
He grabs on Daxoketh's head, and he goes, "Well, you've brought him this far. I think it's only right that one of you finishes it."
I look at Carver and I'm like nodding, like, yeah. We heard you got some fancy toys though. I mean, I couldn't like kind of hold up what was that, your Daxoketh's blade. I mean, I got the good old stabbing utensil here, but there's something fun going around.
Yeah, well, a sword is good, but we have some benefactor giving you items to have fun with. You really, you can only hope to use them right. Marco, and Marco just looks up. Give them the last gauntlet that we have. And he goes, yes, boss. And he goes to like a crate that is in the corner of this place, opens it up, gets like a pair of gauntlets, and goes, who wants it? Looking at both Cord and Carver.
Carver will hold out his hand.
Okay, big boy, be careful, they zap a little bit. And you put them on, and they begin to pulse with energy, and you can feel like a little bit of like an electric sting to them as you hold them in your hands. But you definitely feel that like your bunch, strong as it is, you feel like it has like almost multiplied in strength, and there's this electricity surging through your arm.
Carver will go up to Daxoketh and glance at Leovar.
See, the leader like switches Daxoketh's face so it looks you, and he goes, put your gloves on the sides of his head. Just imagine it. Will it to explode.
Just damage. I mean, I think I had to listen to this prick natter in my ear the whole time. Why'd you get to do it?
Carver just ignores you, but he glanced at you for a moment, with an eyebrow raised, and then he puts the hands around Daxoketh's head. But he doesn't will anything. He's still looking at you, Leovar.
I mean, hey. What if one of us both wore a glove? Both of us do it.
No, that won't work.
Carver just rolls his eyes because obviously Leovar isn't getting what he wants, what he's trying to say, and he just punches the leader in the face and grabs him by the head.
Okay, give me an attack roll.
Sorry, I was trying to get you to do like an illusion to make it look like his head exploded, but it wasn't coming across, so...
I don't have those.
Oh, he didn't know that. 18 plus... What am I adding?
Your strength, I think.
Oh, 22 then. 22.
And your proficiency.
We have the
25.
Yeah, that will definitely hit.
I'm sorry. You didn't really plan this part out too well.
No, I mean, I was gonna see if I could like who's your benefactor, but we've got the gauntlets, you know. Maybe they've got paperwork or something.
Okay, so you do that. I'm sorry, how much damage did you just make? Did you just do?
Oh, what do I do? D4, is it?
It's just your 1 plus your strength modifier for.
Then 5.
Okay, and you add a D8 lightning damage to that.
Nice.
Okay. 6.
Best damage.
Okay.
And given that I am a paladin of level 5, can I do my second attack?
I would say this would be like now, like you got this like surprise bunch, but now they're all aware that something is up. So we will roll initiative, and as we do that, as we roll initiative, guys downstairs, the door opens. You get in now that the ice has thawed, and it seems like it wasn't locked. It just was lots of ice keeping it jammed.
Oh, God.
So you get inside and you see it's a basement area. There's like a desk, there is a stairway that leads up, a bunch of crates like beneath that desk, and with a quick glance you see this like this crystal, like pinkish crystal that is put on the table. I would say Max would recognize this as a spell shard, which is a magical item that holds information.
Yeah.
Grab that.
So you grab that. Are you going up immediately?
Yes.
Yeah, we
well,
wasted so much time.
Yeah.
waiting for Jonas's little heater to melt the ice on the door. We need to just go.
You just,
Oh,
Wait.
okay.
Spell shard. All right.
you're just there like, okay, we're in, we're sneaking, then you hear a upstairs.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let me show you some maps then.
In Carver's defense, he's just pissed off in general
Oh yeah, no.
at
Leo's been
the
seeing
conversation and the politician and the. He also hasn't gotten to hit anything in like a while, so
I'm a bard, and there's like, how many enemies in this room?
Jesus. How did Okay. Okay, I would like all of you to roll initiative then, so we can.
I feel like the way I was kind of like going like, hey, why does he get to do it? I would have been like following Carver to be like, hey, the cool toys. Why? I don't think I'd be. Oh, cool.
Joined and
Bard
surrounded.
dice.
Oh dear, nice animation.
All right.
Oh no. Oh no.
So it's not looking like I'll have to switch with anyone to go first.
Not likely, no.
I have your sword.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
yeah.
I should have picked up on Carver's thing. I don't know.
That's okay. We haven't got a rapport or anything yet, so you know.
Also, he's never done this before. This is, he's just like, oh man, he's good at lying, but like internally he's like, oh.
Okay. Do I have all the people's initiative? I don't think I do.
Wait, I can add it here.
Just add it into the owlbear.
Yeah,
guys.
add it on the owlbear, and I will be able to.
Add your own initiative.
Oh, how do you do that?
You click on your token, and then you, and then you say add to initiative, and it will. Give you
There you go.
Okay. Well,
Yes, we're using owlbear. That's true. We should shout that out. Owlbear. It's
Owlbear.
owlbear.
And
Um,
tokens
Real
are
by
by
Omar.
Heroforge. Token artwork is Heroforge.
160. No. I wish.
Ooh, 27. Damn.
Yeah, nat 20 on the new dice.
Daxoketh, baby.
Shout out new dice. You know.
Shout that.
You like that new dice? You should keep that
Yeah.
one.
Okay. Wow.
I am so technically inept. If
I got you, buddy. I put your
okay,
yours in.
jeez,
Yep.
thank you.
It took me a minute too.
I think these the frozen squares are slippy floor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sleepy. Okay, so we have everybody here. Do I have to roll for any more people? I think I do. Damn. Lots of people here.
This is a terrible place for a bard to be. Nate, you know, right? You're a bard sometimes.
In real life.
Oh, well. I wish.
Okay.
No, Bard in other game is always squishy.
Okay, so we are starting this with Daxoketh. At the top of the round, Carver just punched the guy over your head. What are you going to do?
My fingers have been on the end of the pommel of my dagger, and as soon as I saw that punch being rolled back, I grabbed the dagger and cut the rope in the middle of the two. Should that be my action?
Let's say let's say this a bonus action, and let's save your action for stuff. Because
sounds good.
you prepared this enough.
So that was my bonus action, and then as long as let's see, yeah, Karan. Oh, he's not in 5 feet of Carver, but new feats. Who this? First round advantage on attacks against. I have advantage on this guy because he hasn't attacked yet. So dagger.
And you get your sneak attack.
And I get my sneak attack. Ooh, not excellent. 17 to hit.
17 hits.
Yes. Okay, good. Let's roll damage. 6 damage plus sneak attack, which is 3d6. 8 damage, and that'll be it. I will pivot around behind him.
Cool.
And let's see. Make it extra. Yep, that's it. Cool.
Okay, so yeah, you quickly cut the ropes, you go and you hit him with your blade, and Kuran just like is looking around. He does not understand what is happening, but when Daxoketh does this, he goes, "You traitor!" Still thinking that Carver is at least Brelish. Which brings us to lower floor here with Max going, then Sentinel next player. So Max, what do you want to do?
All right. So I'm assuming these are the guards here as well.
Yes.
So, unlucky. But I guess it's too late to be sneaking around. I am going to use, first of all, my bonus action to draw my rapier as it begins humming with an soft but ominous tone as I activate Blade Song as my bonus action. And then as my action, I am going to look around the room for Carver, and then I don't see him. And then I look at Sentinel, and like I squint my eyes a little bit, and I'm like, close enough, come here. And I'm gonna go over to Sentinel, and I'm gonna place my hand on his back and give him a light nudge forward as the spellbook that is always attached to Max's belt flies up into the air, opens up on the page of the haste spell as a silver light envelops Sentinel, and you are under the effects of the haste spell.
Hey.
So you have a +2 AC. You have advantage on dex saves. You gain an additional action, and your speed is doubled.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
So that is all I can do.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, that is Max's turn. Great. Now, going up there again as the leader of the gang here takes his turn, and he is going to bonus action. You see under the ice here, under these patches of ice, begin to like rumble a little bit, and then these flying weapons begin to fly up. A sword, a spear, and a large axe begin just like fly up in the air as he begins to like orchestrate some sort of attack. But he himself is going to take out a long sword and is going to attack Daxoketh. Or actually, no, fuck Daxoketh. It's going to attack Carver.
Attack of opportunity.
Sure.
With my dagger. 10 to hit.
10 sadly does not hit. He goes too quickly for you to catch him with the dagger.
Let's add the bardic. Let's get this
Sure.
out of the way as soon as possible. 15 to hit.
15 sadly still does not hit, just misses.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where's the gamble?
But he goes and closes in on Carver with that sword. That would be 12 to hit on the first one,
Miss.
and 16 to hit on the second one.
Hits.
Okay, so that would be 11 points of slashing damage. As he goes, why would you do this? Why would you betray your country?
Carver said, I don't give a shit.
Carver is just like, not my country, bro. Okay.
But yeah, sorry, I was waiting for his turn to reply. Sorry.
No problem. Okay, that is the leader's turn actually, which brings back to Sentinel. Wait, where's Leovar in this? What the hell? Okay,
I'm there.
yeah.
I'm
So-
before Carver.
Okay, so Sentinel, you are up.
Okay. Well, bit of spring in my step, thanks to Max. I'm going to just rush down this guy over here and ahead of us. As I run, I will draw a warhammer and I'll swing it.
Go ahead.
That is a dirty 20.
That hits.
So he takes 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
He is. One moment. Because of my push weapon mastery, he's pushed back 10 feet,
Okay.
which I will.
So, whoa.
Oh, which I will sort of follow him with, just keep him away. I will swing again. That's the same roll, another 13, dirty 20.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. So you
Nice.
push him once, attack him again. Would it push him again, or is it just?
No,
me?
I'll keep him there.
Okay.
Actually, no, I will, because like there's a wall there. I like hit him back into the wall,
Okay.
And he has an unwavering mark, which means, as long as he's within 5 feet of me, he has disadvantage on any attack roll that isn't aimed at me. And if he does manage to hit one of my friends, I get a special attack against him on my next turn.
Cool.
Nice.
And would you be using your hasted action?
I'm hasted. Yes.
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 You
I
are
immediately forgot.
Oh,
No, yes,
hey.
I will hit him again. Wow. Okay. That's not as good, but it is still a 16.
16 hit.
Takes another 7 damage.
Okay.
Nice.
It's looking really rough now as you pummel onto him with the warhammer, just like pushing him into the wall, and you just block him with the warhammer. It's looking really, really rough. And it's his turn, and he's going to use this like mace dangling from his sides, and he goes to clock you with it for a 6 and a 15.
Nope, neither one.
Okay, so just like hitting on your helmet, your metal helmet, just nothing happens to you, and he just looks in fear as he's like, the mace shaking. His face is clearly like bruised from the attacks. Its other friend here is going to move. Let's see if it can actually give it. Let's use the steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. So it moves through around the stairs here and goes towards you, Daxoketh. They have Patriot tactics, which actually gives them advantage on the attack since they have a Patriot friend. So that would be a 21 with advantage.
Who's he attacking, sorry?
You.
Me.
Yes.
21, even with haste, just hits.
Oof.
Ah,
Damn. So that would be 3 points of bludgeoning damage. The second hit is 17.
Nope.
Okay, so this one like clanks. The first one was just lucky, just he got you in the right spot. But the second one just like hits onto your armor. Nothing happens to you. And then we. So this happens, and then we actually go back up for a couple more attacks, where this one here sees that the leader has Carver and he's going to go to Daxoketh, and this one has these blue gauntlets. This tiefling person is going towards you, Daxoketh, and he's going to use exploit opening, which gives him advantage on the attack. And he's going to use a grab on you, a grab attack. That is a 16 to hit. Actually, with advantage is a 22.
that hits.
Okay, you take 7 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled. And so he is going to use a haymaker at you with the other bunch. Which is going to be a 6, just a 6.
That misses.
So even as they hold you, you duck out of the way, and you feel that the punch of this would have been devastating. But luckily, you did not get hit by it, but you are still grappled by this person at the moment. Which brings us to its other friend here, which doesn't know what is happening. It looks at Cord, and it doesn't know if Cord is a part of it, you know. So I'll say this. It is your turn, Cord, Leovar, as these people aren't really yet sure about what they will do about you, but they are all preparing their actions that if you do something fishy, they will go and they will act.
All right. With the sword, with Daxoketh's sword in hand, I'm going to say, "That pouty little bastards!" And I'm going to, with that sword, with aggression in my face, sword out, like wielding it as if looking at Daxoketh, gonna make my way this way. Avoiding the ice to get to here carefully. It's probably my movement, and then I'll stop because it's my movement, and I'll just say, "Actually, you know what?" And I drop my disguise. You're all a bunch of despicable little bastards, the whole lot of you. And then I will reach to my side and I'll pull my flute out of my holster, and then I kind of chuck Daxoketh's sword in his direction, and then I start to play a very discordant melody that just a few notes that quickly get distorted and elongated and stretched out as if they're being slowed down, and I will cast slow. And I can get there.
Nice.
And it's up to 6 creatures of my choosing within a 40-foot cube. So Axe 5, Axe 4, Fist, Marpo, and Curran have to make wisdom saving throws.
Oh, nice.
You got it. So let's start with Marco. Wisdom?
Yes.
Okay. It's an 8 for
Yes.
Marco. So Marco is slowed. And then at Curon, that is another wisdom. That is a 20.
He succeeds.
Okay. The other 2 is a... Well, yeah, both of them get a 2, actually. That's so funny. And the last one gets a 3. So actually all of them fail, except for the leader, who gets hit by the spell, but he resists. The other... You feel them get like lethargic as you hit the spell, and this discordant melody just like makes them unresponsive for a moment here.
So yeah, they'll get to make a save at the end of each of their turns to try to break out of it. But until then, their speed is halved. They have a -2 to their AC and dex saves. They can't take reactions. They can only take a bonus action or an action, not both, and they can only make 1 attack if they take the attack action. They don't look like they cast spells. But yeah.
Cool. Fantastic.
And as I've chucked the sword, with the sword chuck, I'll just to Carver. Carver, you've done great holding it all in. Cut loose on him, and I'll give Carver a bardic inspiration.
Thank you.
And
Don't
that's my
take
turn.
away my buddy.
That's what I'm here for. I'm here to steal your friends.
Okay. This was a great turn. Now it is back to the first floor. Lots of moving around floors here. The rest of the gang upstairs, they are all caught in the slow effect, and they seem like most of them, the ones that were preparing their actions, lose them because just like they're so slow now they can't really act, which is great. But getting here, this one here is going to move towards Jonis, and Max actually is going to stand a little bit here and is going to get out a crossbow and shoot at both of them. So on Jonis, that would be 20.
Yeah, that gets me.
So that is 4 points. 4 points of piercing damage. And on Max, that is a 19 to hit.
I am going to shield it. Why not?
Cool. Okay, so the arrow deflects, but it gets into Jonas' side. Speaking of Jonas, you are up, I think, with... No, what the fuck am I talking about? No, it's Carver up, then Jonas. Here I am.
I'm changing the page. Carver just grins at Curran and says, "I'm betraying no one," and then just slams down with his Odachi greatsword. He's going to use the blunt side of it though. He's going for non-lethal damage on this guy, if he can.
On the leader?
Yes.
Okay, what do you want to do?
On
I'm
Curran.
This-
Sorry. So he's taken out his greatsword and he's using the blunt side of it when he's hitting Curran,
Okay,
just to do non-lethal.
cool.
That is a nat 20.
Ooh, yeah. That is great. Okay. That's it.
Okay,
So for people, we do crits a little bit differently. So you do the full damage for the weapon, and then you roll another dice. Then you add the modifier to all of that.
okay. So 2d6 is 12, and I roll another dice. What's my 6?
Smite.
I'm trying not to kill him. That's 14 plus 5 is 19.
But it's a crit. It's the paladin text. Fucking text.
It's illegal.
You know
Doesn't wanna
what?
kill him though.
It's illegal.
You know
not to smite.
Carver can't help himself. He's just, this guy really pissed him off. So
Yeah.
he's just going to use.
Yeah, do it.
Which one is it again? Nope, not that one. He's going to use Shining Smite,
Yes.
and that is another 2d6. And also, people gain an advantage on him if he survives this. That's a 6, and that's a 5. That's 11 more damage.
Okay.
But you
so
double
that-
it.
Oh, shit.
Well,
19.
2d6, so you're maximizing this d6s, so 12 plus the 11 you rolled, so 23.
This is insane.
No, it's 12, and then I rolled.
You rolled 12 and you rolled
It was
11,
19. The original damage was 19 plus 11, so 30.
But then the maximized d6s from the crit.
So 20.
But that includes the crit.
I don't think you did not double the smite. I think.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Just
double
might
smite
also
as
crit.
well.
Yeah, so if you do the
Yeah.
maximized
Crit?
d6,
Oh,
but
Any
it's
damage
6.
is part of that crit.
That's why
So-
it's the paladin text.
That's
So-
like 41. Okay, Carver he's using an Adachi blade, which is like basically a giant katana, and he meant to use the blunt side. He really did,
It's a lot.
but he forgot at the last moment, and
Forgot.
he did not.
Accidents happen.
They
Accidents.
do happen, especially with blades.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You cleave into that leader, and you see like the gash, the blood, and he looks at you at like, so much pain. He is still alive, and he's still conscious.
There you go.
He looks bloodied. Definitely bloodied.
Second attack. Carver's like, oh wait, he just flips the sword over and remembers, right, blunt side this time. That is 12 plus 5, 17.
17 just hit, I think.
Okay, that's 2d6. 2. So that's 11, and then from the smite. Wait, the smite keeps going, doesn't it? 'Cause
No.
That's one.
No, it's once. It's once.
No, hang on a second. Not the shining smite.
Oh, but
2
maybe.
minutes.
I don't know.
Until the spell. Oh no, I get advantage until the spell ends. So I should have rolled twice. Apologies.
Ooh, okay.
17 plus 5. It doesn't make a difference.
Yeah. Okay.
So that is 11 damage,
Yeah,
which was
okay.
great, but still something.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He's looking even more bad.
Okay, and then who's near me? Is anyone near me? No, not really. Okay.
Okay. What is the mastery property on the longsword?
Oh, so it's a great sword. So it's if I miss, I get. Hang on a sec.
Cleave it.
Sorry, there's just so much things here.
It keeps some.
Yeah, well,
If I miss, I deal some damage still.
Okay. Cool.
Basically.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. Now that Carver's done, Jonas, you are up, buddy.
You got it. Okay, so lots of stuff happened. It looks like Sentinel's getting ambushed, and my attention's over on him as the guy was rushing at him. And in fear, I didn't see this arrow. Boom! Hits me in the side. I look down at Max's spell book, and I'm like, "Why are you reading right now?" And I instead pulled the bolt out and toss it on the ground. I'm going to use innate sorcery as a bonus action, and make this up on the fly. Max, you'd see like this sort of just like pulsation of like the air around me, just like almost like a sound wave just goes boom. And I'm gonna
That
look
goes
back at the
great
dude.
with my blade song.
Look back at the dude who just shot at us, and I am gonna cast Scorching Rays at him. I have advantage on these rolls because of innate sorcery. That's a nat 20. I will show
oh my
you
god.
with
We're bad.
camera.
We're doing too well today.
Pretty-
Next week, we're all getting nat 1s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's gonna happen.
Okay. Camera's all messed up. Great. I shouldn't have done that.
Oh no.
So full damage on it is 12 fire damage plus... Okay, so 16 fire damage on that one. We're gonna fire the second blast at the same guy. 18. I swear.
Oh my god, nice.
Crit time. So that's 12 more plus another 4, so 16 more fire damage.
Okay, so you actually burn this guy. Like, he shot you with a crossbow, you bring a flamethrower at him, and he just like begins to turn into ash and crisp just by the sheer power of flames that you unleash here in this moment.
Jonas just goes, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." Oh. And then he'll turn back to the one that was running at Sentinel and pump one final scorching ray. That's not a nat 20. And neither is that. But that's 11 plus 7, 18 to hit.
18 hits.
Okay. Damage is 6 points of fire damage to that guy. And that's my
This one or that
action.
one? 2? Or...
Sorry, 2, yes.
Okay.
And I guess I'll move. I don't want to go near them. I'll move around here to get a better angle on the other guy, and that's my turn.
Fantastic. Okay, we actually need to go back up. Lots of moving around. Where those flying weapons begin to take their turn. So the sword is going at Carver, which is going to be 13.
Miss, sorry.
I think that hits. And then this spear here, it cannot move this fast, I think.
Just a small town bard.
Oh, actually it can. Damn.
I'm just a small town bard.
And whoop, and it's going to try to stab you, Bard, indeed. That's a 10. That no. But this axe is also going to fly to your face, which is going to be a 22.
Yeah, that hits. I doubt I can do anything about that.
Okay.
Maybe could, but I doubt it, so I'm not going to try it.
That is 6 points of slashing, and as I look here at something, you need to make a con save.
Not for my concentration, that would come after. This is for what the axe is doing.
Yeah.
Okay. This wouldn't be an effect that's trying to put me to sleep with it. Oh, I have no modifier. That's a 15.
A 15 saves. That is fine. You are fine.
So sorry.
But yeah, okay. Yeah, this thing just like keeps flying at you and the Carver, but it's fine.
I have to make a concentration check for slowing down though.
Yep.
You can do it. I
have a 0.
Right, do you have a +0 constitution?
I'm a bard. I am limited on the things I can put my natural 20.
Nah.
There we go.
Nah,
Next
bro.
week's gonna be so bad.
Yes.
Nah, bro. I resign.
Mars says overruled.
Okay.
Overruled. Do it again.
Well,
Well, okay. Well, slowed Marco is going to try and move towards you, Leovar. He goes, fucking crush your face.
give it a try. Give it a try. Oh, that hurts.
Okay. He can get in your face, and he will try to actually like give you a punch very slowly. Let me see here again what happens. I'm sorry. Okay, only an action. So that's going to be an 8. So slow. You can see it coming from a mile away. And you just move out of the way. Which brings back to the start of the second round.
my.
Daxoketh, you are up.
And what's right in front of me? I see the fist token, but what
Yeah,
is,
it's a tiefling with these blue gauntlets, and
Okay.
he is grappling you.
I couldn't be sure if it was another weapon. But right, the grapple.
I threw your sword at you. I have no idea how close it landed to you, though.
Can I try to catch it midair? I know.
I'd say this would use your reaction. I'd say it just like it fell right next to your legs.
Yeah, I need it. I'll pick it up. Using my action. If while grappled, I can actually.
I would say
reach it.
this is like a free item interaction. That's not.
Yeah.
I like that. Very cool. So that means, boy, oh boy. Oh no, there's not much I can do. Being grappled.
You can attack.
I can't attack with a bonus action. So.
You still have your action.
Oh, my
You're
bonus action
grappled.
was to get the.
You still
sword.
this is a free item interaction. Just get you booked the
Oh.
soul.
I'm sorry, I misunderstood that. The bonus action, attack with the short sword. My apologies. Didn't slow things down. That should hit 16 plus 7, so
Yeah.
yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, 10 piercing damage.
Okay.
And then bonus action, dagger. Nat 20. Oh, yes. I love these new dice.
Oh my god.
And that's
I'm
eight,
so
nine,
sorry,
10,
Omar.
that's 12 damage. That was max damage and a max roll on the crit die.
So 24.
No. 12. Just 12 damage.
Just
12
12?
total.
12 on a crit. What the hell?
That's a
It's just
dagger.
a
So
dagger.
That's a d4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but still, it's good damage for a dagger. Yeah. Okay, but you are still grappled.
Still grappled. Yes.
That is for your turn. Now it is Max with Sentinel next player after that.
All right. Well, since Jonas handled the guy beneath us so well, I guess I'm gonna go and help out Sentinel up there. I'm gonna run towards this guard next to him, and I am just going to... Is there someone... No, that's not... The two guards are not within 5 feet of each other, right?
They are.
Well, if they are, I would use Green Flame Blade. If they're not, I would use Booming Blade.
No, they are. They are in 5
They
feet.
are? Alright, then I'm gonna try and do a rapier attack with Green Flame Blade. Let's see if it hits. Nope. That's a 12.
Okay, 12. 12 just hits.
Oh! Okay.
Nice.
Well, in that case, the first guy is going to take That is 9 plus a d8. Ooh, that is 16. 9 slashing and 7 fire damage.
Okay.
And then the flames, as I hit him with my rapier, it engulfs into flames at the last minute as it touches him. And when it does, the flames then jump off from this guard and onto the next one. And if I remember this correctly, I don't think I have to roll for the second one. The targets, and you can use... Yeah, it just leaps to the second creature with takes. Okay. So the second person takes 6 fire damage.
Okay, so you stab the first one, the fire leaps through the wound in the first into the other, and the other gets engulfed in green flame.
Yep.
Already damaged by Sentinel so much by the Warhammer that they immediately fall dead on the floor.
Oh no, we're not doing well with the taking them alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, we take the leader.
We only need one, really.
Yeah. Once there's only one left standing, we'll be like, oh yeah.
But yeah, that's my turn.
Okay, now back to the leader. The leader is not slowed, so he's going to take his turn here. Let's see if he has something specific that he can do. Okay. He is going to use, his longsword. That's going to be 50. Actually, he has advantage because the sword that he has is also attacking Carver. That is true. So that's a 15 still, even with
Misses.
advantage. Okay, second attack also with advantage with a longsword. That is a 23 to hit.
That hits.
That is 16 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And then he takes out this small dagger and he will try to hit you with it as well. That is at winning.
That hits.
You take 7 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Okie dokie. That is
Make sure you roll concentration
You're
on a shining.
on Shining Spine.
Good catch.
Yes, okay. So that is... No, I've lost it.
Oof.
That is a 3 plus 2. So yeah, that's gone.
Okay. That is sad. Oh, but that is his turn. Now it's back to Sentinel.
Hey.
Boy.
Okay, so the top guy's dead, right?
Yes. Let me put that.
Well, I will turn to guard number 2. Yeah, I'll just kind of bring the Warhammer for a big swing.
Okay.
Which else I can do. That's terrible. That's a 9.
Mine sadly does not hit.
I will swing again. That's a nat 20. That is.
We've all done it. Have we all
Oh
done
my
it?
god.
We've all done it.
I know these gentlemen. I've known and lady for over a year now. They are not liars. This is real. This is so real.
But we also never roll this well.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever had a session like this before.
Ever.
I'm telling you, which you were 101s.
This is
You
never
can't
happened.
see it. So, okay, takes. Oh, it's not a
We're
great roll.
going to suffer for this in the future.
Yeah. Session
Read
3.
that. Yeah.
Total party kill.
Yeah. Fight it.
Maths is hard. He takes 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
That's what you needed. That is what you needed.
Nice.
You, as you go and you swing the hammer with this much ferocity and power, it goes, "Who the hell are even you?" And you just clock him with the warhammer.
Yeah, I hit him. I with the push mechanic of my Warhammer. I hit him in the side, and he goes 10 feet off to the side. And then my speed is doubled.
Yes.
So how much movement would I need to get upstairs? This position.
I would say about 40. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Do you have enough?
Yeah. I have 60, and if need be, I can at any point leap 30 feet. So, I will move the 40 feet up.
Let's say you are here now.
Bye.
Cool. Okay.
See magic
Hi,
throwing
guys.
weapons and a bunch of guys like in slow motion.
Yeah, I run up. I see my good friend Daxoketh grappled by this guy. So as I get to the top of the stairs, again I kind of hop, skip, jump. The pistons fire at the bottom of my feet. And again, as long as I spend 10 feet, I can leap 30 feet. Which I will do over to this fellow. For context, mechanically, I have boots of striding and springing and striding. Whatever the...
Yeah.
And with my hasted action, I will hit the guy. Maybe.
Yeah.
Not bad. That is my shield open. That is the maths 15.
15 hits.
Takes 7 damage. 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And with my push feat, my push feature of my Warhammer,
Yeah.
I want to shove him 10. I want to hit him 10 feet back into the fireplace.
Yeah, you got it. Roll me a d6.
4.
Okay, he takes 4 points of fire damage as he goes into the fireplace. And also, this fireplace, it's magical. It's an open shaft. So when you push him and you push him into the
So you-
fire, he just stumbles into it and he falls.
Yeah.
So he's going to also take a
Nice.
bunch of falling damage, which I think it's d6.
Yeah, it's a d6 per 10 foot fallen.
So that would be 2d6, which I want you to roll as well.
8.
Okay. Okay, so you guys see Sentinel, Max and Jonis. You see Sentinel just climb up, and then you hear like a heavy impact of his hammer, and then you see just this person like fall through the fireplace, face down onto the floor that you are in. Looney Tunes happening in here.
I leap through the air like 30 feet, land, smack a guy into a fireplace, he falls down a pit.
I love it. I love it. And you see Jonis as this is this
I
person's
love
turn. Jonis, you see him that look up at you, flame singed. He stands up from prone, and let's see if he has enough movement to get to you. He does. He's going at you and he goes, "This is the worst day ever in this place."
Oh,
And
so he's
going to-
marked. He has a mark. He has an unwavering mark.
Okay.
Forgot.
So
Because I hit him.
he has
See, so-
disadvantage.
Yes.
I kill you.
No, because I have to be within 5 feet of him.
Oh, okay.
So no, it's
Oh.
fine.
So he's going to try and make a grab attack against you, Jonas. And he's going to use exploit opening, which gives him advantage. So that would be a crit for a 25. We all got it. We all did it.
We've all did it.
Everyone got a nat 20.
Jonas is so
So-
squeaky.
That will be 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And you are grappled. And he's going to use Haymaker on you. Again, using his last exploit opening to have advantage on this. That will be a 22 to hit.
Yeah. That gets me.
That is 13 points of bludgeoning damage, and let's see here, 6 points of lightning damage as you feel the full impact of that bunch towards like your face. even like singes a little bit over your face here.
Okay, so
yeah.
Max, you would see Jonas's hands go stretched out limp as he gets knocked out cold and is unconscious on the ground.
No.
Okay.
Like a world star moment. Like he didn't see it coming. Bop. He's out.
Wait, actually? Oh shit.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
This got hit with like 30 points of damage.
I was hoping he'd die. I didn't mean to send this guy to you.
He's so close to dying. He's not looking great.
But wait.
Oh.
But wait. Strength of the grave. When damage reduces you to 0, you can make a charisma saving throw, DC 5 plus the damage taken, which was 6, so DC 11. On a success, I drop to 1 hit point and I don't go unconscious.
Yes.
So actually, let's see. Charisma save, I've got plus 7. That's good. That's 6 plus 7 is 13. I pass.
Yes.
Okay.
And so instead of going limp, I think that Jonas, like, it's like when you get your bell rung so hard that you like drop to a knee, and he spits the blood out and looks up, and the guy could swear that fire is in his eyes.
Okay.
Nice.
You got it. This brings us to Carver. Then.
Not before Carver?
No,
Oh, yeah.
Leovar.
That's true.
Wait, isn't the other bad guys before me?
Not those, I think.
Okay.
I have no idea what's happening. But hey, it's your turn.
Me. I will, don't have reaction. I don't know if the weapon. The weapons might have reactions. I'm gonna stay there. I'm gonna T-pose this guy. Leovar, who's been pretty angry, he'll just. These weapons look spiritual. They don't look solid, do they? Or
No,
do
they
look
are
like they're made of ice.
They are
solid.
weapons.
Okay. Then then I will do this. I will step back to here. I'll step back 5 feet. I don't know if the weapons get reaction opportunity attacks.
No.
Great. As he comes back, he's been pretty angry and he's kind of letting it out now. And those nearby will see lightning begin to crackle around his left hand and kind of up his arm as he brings his hands up. And he slams the palms of his hands together. And I will cast, using my Potent Dragon Marks, a 3rd level spell slot, Shatter. Getting the spear, axe, and Marco. Listen to what I think of your attitudes. And I slap my hands together. They have to make Constitution saving throws. They, as if the weapons may have to make them. Ooh, if they do though.
Wait, are we gonna kill the guy now?
Constructs have disadvantage on their save. Leovar is also pissed. He's letting out some.
Okay. So both of those fail. But and Marco, I think, does Marco get a -1 thing because of slot?
So one affects dex saves, not Constitution saves.
So yeah, Marco gets 16.
16, he succeeds. He still take half damage. I get to roll dice. $18 points of thunder damage to the weapons and 9 to him.
Okay, so both of those weapons, their magic gets defunct by the shatter spell and they fall on the floor now, not usable in combat. Marco gets some of the damage, but he is fine.
And again, bonus action. And as I keep stepping this way, I will to Daxoketh again. Roll up, okay, Daxoketh? I think you're ready to finish someone off now. You look like it, and I'll give you another bardic.
Oh, thank you.
Cool, fantastic. Now it's Carver's turn.
Yeah, Carver's just gonna hit Curran again, but again with the flat of his blade. The other side of it. That is a 4, so I don't think that hits, but he's got a second attack, so... And that is 12 plus... What is it? 12 plus 8, so 20.
20 hits.
Okey-doke. So that is 12 damage.
Okay.
And would he? Yeah, he's pretty riled up. Fuck it. He's going to do Shining Smite again.
I'm brailing like a diamond.
Oh, let's go. Now we're talking.
Oh, that's another 7 damage.
Okay, he is now looking really rough.
Yeah, that is my turn.
Fantastic. Now it is this guy here, and all he can do, use his action to dash. So he's gonna get like here, and that's it.
He gets
and then
at the end of his turn.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see what he will. It's a con save again.
Wisdom first. So.
Wisdom. That's a natural 20. Hey.
Okay. He speeds up as he gets close to me, and I shit.
Okay, that is it for this one. Now it's this guy here and this guy. He is slowed. He's going to use a crossbow bolt and shoot. Actually, he can't see anyone, so he's going to get here first. All his movement, then shoot at Carver, Leovar, sorry. So that is going to be 16.
That hits. But again, as the board comes at him, he makes his left hand tightens, lightning cackles around it, and a really intense gust of wind billows around him like a small whirlwind, and I will cast shield.
Okay.
Nice.
Cool. And that brings us to Jonis.
Did Carver
got a turn, Leovar got a turn, so Jonis.
Okay. Great. Well, in this moment of feel like almost coming back from sure death, am I grappled, did you say?
Yes.
Can I use a telekinetic shove to push him off of me?
You can.
Okay,
Nice.
then I need a strength save. Yes, strength save from you.
That's a 5.
Okay, so I guess the only one who would see this is Max if he was looking, but I just boom, knockout. Body just comes back up and almost like a sound wave just and pushes him 5 feet back from me. And now that we are separated a bit, I'm gonna take. Now he's 5 feet away from me. I still need to be. Okay, I'm just gonna take 1 step back as I unleash another scorching ray on him. Let's do it.
There's
No way. No way.
What?
My gosh, you've got
It's a good day to be a snapdragon, y'all. Get in the comments. 12 plus. That's 18 points of fire damage on that one.
Yeah, that is enough to scorch someone with a ray. Yeah. That is, this guy was already damaged. He hits
I feel
fire
the
so
fire.
much now and then you kill him with fire. So if anyone gets in here, they will see a bunch of charred corpses just like lining up this space.
If we
Oh,
have
nice.
caved in skulls. Yeah, nice. Frostburns.
Toasty.
I don't think I have anything else that I can effectively do right now, which is going to suck for those other 2 rays. So I guess I'll just look to Max, and you see like in his hands, both of his hands with the 2 rays that would have been are burning, like sitting on fire, and a new person is standing in front of you, and his, in fact, the telekinetic push loosed his hood from his head, and now his red hair is sort of flying and being like downlit with the flames, and he says, "Let's go." And wow, that was anticlimactic. Just start to take off up the stairs.
Okay.
It was not
So,
anticlimactic.
here is what I suggest to you, Jonas. So I would say this:
Alright.
you can get up and use these 2 scorching rays at whoever you want upstairs, but whoever gets to attack you next have advantage.
No.
Okay.
I love the build up for like he's just gonna be badass
deal.
more, and then it's like,
No
no.
deal.
Okay.
No,
So
I'll eat the rays.
okay, that's it
But
for Jonas. Now
Yeah.
Mr. Marco is going to try and move. 2, 3. Like, yeah, nah, not enough. Not enough to get to Leovar. Still slowed. Let's see if he will actually, No, 11. I don't think 11 will actually.
Still slow.
Still slow as fuck. I will get you. Will crush your face.
I'm waiting
But
for him to
that-
catch up to me.
That doesn't happen. So this flying sword here is going to try and slash at Leovar, at Carver. Which will be 12. That doesn't hit. And finally, this guy here is going to use a crossbow at Carver for oh, actually he has advantage because of patriotism. That is a 23 to hit with advantage,
That
which
hits.
is 11 points.
Alright, that hits.
11 points of piercing
Oh,
with a crossbow.
that's a
Very-
big ass crossbow bolt.
Yeah, heavy crossbow.
Carver's looking pretty rough.
Like Boromir in the first movie.
Damn.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
You've not seen it.
Yeah, sure. You will watch a D&D stream of us, and you have not watched The Lord of the Rings. Yeah.
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 Impossible.
I can't believe that. I
One
can't
guy out there who's like,
Yeah.
no!
I was gonna watch it this week.
Not my oomph. Not my oomph, brother. Okay. Okay. I'd say this is a very good combat. You guys have the upper hand in here, sort of. All of you are now beginning to join the combat on the second floor, and in the middle of this very tense fight with Daxoketh grappled. Actually, no, Daxoketh's not. What am I talking about? Session is over. It's done. Don't need to make it fancy. Yeah, we will see you next week. Thank you for hanging out with us, and hopefully you enjoyed this session as much as we did. Go in the description, you'll see a bunch of links. Hit them, follow us, like this, comment it, subscribe, and see you soon. See you on next week with more juicy Eberron story. Yeah, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
See you guys.
Bye.